After highs today slipping up into the low 50s, colder air is moving into the region, and tomorrow we'll be lucky if we get to the freezing mark. Not to mention, with breezy winds, it's going to feel like the 20s all day on Thursday. And once the cold air gets here, it stays in place all the way through the weekend. So we start off the precipitation today as light rain showers, but then transition as we go throughout this evening over to the wintry side of things, with off and on light snow showers and flurries possible overnight into Thursday morning. Now, an interesting connection that models are starting to make is from Lake Michigan down here into East Tennessee. With that little band of moisture, that could actually spark off isolated snow bands through Thursday morning that might even affect portions of the central and northern valley. Not sure exactly where those snow bands will set up, but wherever they do develop, those areas under that little band could see a light coating of snow on the roadways, maybe some slick spots possible in those areas, and we also will have the potential for a light dusting or maybe even up to a ½ inch on grassy and elevated surfaces. Our model trying to depict some of those little snow bands right there. Again, they may not be where this picture shows it right now, but I'm just saying there's a chance. So for those of you from about Oak Ridge, Maryville, northeastward up the valley, you have a chance to see snow if you end up under one of those little snow bands or happen to go outside and catch the flurries later this evening. The dusting to a ½ inch possible on the plateau. That's where slick spots may be more likely, especially on bridges and overpasses, and up to 1 to 2 inches of snow, a possibility in the high elevations of Bell and Harlan County in southeast Kentucky. Obviously, the mountains are going to be the winners here when it comes to our totals. 4 to 8 inches of snow possible above 3,000 feet. And in fact, places like Kewohee, Newfound Gap, and Mount LeConte could be closer to 8 to 12 inches of snow from this particular event over the next 24 hours. So impressive snowfall totals expected in the mountains of Blount, Sevier, and Cott counties. And following suit, we have a winter storm warning. Travel is not recommended through those areas. Newfound Gap Road will be closed as we go through this evening, overnight, and into tomorrow. We have a winter weather advisory for the higher elevations of Monroe and Greene counties. And then where you see that tan shading right there, that's where a few slick spots could develop depending on how those snow bands develop overnight tonight and into early tomorrow. So just be prepared to use that extra caution if you end up under one of those snow bands, and watch out particularly for bridges and overpasses as they tend to be colder, so the snow is more likely to stick on them due to the air rotating underneath of those structures. Speaking of air rotating, because of the breeze that we're going to have tonight, with actual air temperatures falling down into the 20s, our feels-like temperatures will be down into the single digits and low to mid-teens for Thursday morning. And in fact, other than I think it's Saturday morning, from here on out all the way into next week, every morning is going to have the potential for wind chills in the single digits and low to mid-teens. So very cold starts to each day as we go throughout the next several days here. Saturday morning is our one day that we won't have wind chills in the single digits and teens. But every other morning, because of the breezy winds that are expected, we could see those very, very cold wind chills in the morning, and then the temperatures in the afternoon will feel chillier than they're forecast to be. We have another little system that's going to come through early Friday morning. I don't think most folks are going to see much from that, maybe our far northern counties, but overnight Friday night into Saturday, another little clipper system will move through, bringing us another chance for a wintry mix, maybe some rain changing to snow across parts of the viewing area. So check back for updates to that forecast, and then into next week, the chilly temperatures continue as we move into mid-January.